Hey everyone, welcome back to Boon Channel. In this series, we are building an open data stack on Kubernetes for ingestion, transformation, and serving. Last time, we built the transform layer. We created staging views and marts tables with dbt and ran analytical queries in Querybook via Trino. Today, we enable visualization and dashboards. Before we get into the tools, let me show you what we will build today. Here is Superset, an open-source BI platform. I have created a dashboard that shows key e-commerce metrics. You can see monthly revenue trending upward, customer segments with lifetime value and order counts, category performance across our product catalog, and top products by revenue. All of these charts connect to the star schema we built in the last episode. Now let me switch to Metabase. This is another popular open-source analytics tool. Here is a similar dashboard built in Metabase. Notice the interface is more clean and modern. Both tools query the same Trino engine and Iceberg tables, but they offer different experiences for different audiences. Now that you have seen what we are building, here is the plan. We start with Superset, installing it on the cluster and building dashboards. Then we do the same with Metabase, so you can compare the two approaches. After that, we explore how to embed dashboards and charts into your own applications. Finally, we wrap up with key takeaways. By the end of this episode, you will understand how to choose and use the right visualization tool for your needs. Let us start by installing Superset. As with previous episodes, I assume you are using the Boon Stack setup for your Kubernetes cluster. However, I will also provide guidance for those installing manually. If you are using Boon Stack, installation is straightforward. Run just superset install. You will be prompted for a hostname, and after a few moments, the installation completes. Once installed, add your Keycloak user to the admin group with just Keycloak add user to group, followed by your username and Superset admin. This grants you administrator privileges in Superset. For manual installation, refer to the just file for the installation steps and the Helm values template file. There are two key points to note. First, the config override section implements a custom authentication client for Keycloak. Second, the Bootstrap script installs essential libraries: PsychoPG2 binary for PostgreSQL, SQL Alchemy Trino for the Trino connection, and authlib for OAuth authentication. In this series, we use Cloudflare Tunnel to provide remote access to each service. For Superset, configure the public hostname as shown here. Now let us open Superset in the browser. Click Sign in with Keycloak and log in with your Keycloak username and password. Once logged in, we need to configure the database connection. Hover over Settings in the top right corner and click Database Connections. Click the Plus Database button and select Trino from the supported databases options. Enter the SQL Alchemy URI like this. You can retrieve the admin user password by running just Trino admin password. Click Test Connection and verify that you see Connection looks good. Then click the Connect button. The database is now configured. We will use the same demo project as in the previous episode. If you have not loaded data into Iceberg yet, please watch the last episode and complete the data ingestion process. The docs analysis queries.md file contains example analytical queries. We will execute these queries and create charts from them. First, let us look at the 1.1 daily sales trend query. This retrieves total orders, total revenue, and average order value for the past 30 days. Copy this query to your clipboard and return to the Superset interface. Hover over SQL in the top bar and click SQL Lab. Paste the query you just copied into the SQL editor and click the Run button. The result table appears in the lower section. Click the down arrow next to the Save button and select Save Dataset. Enter a name and save it. In Superset, the workflow is to create a dataset first, then build charts from it. This is a two-step process, but it is convenient when you want to create multiple charts from the same dataset. Click Datasets in the top bar and click the 1.1 daily sales trend dataset we just created. This takes you to the chart creation screen. Click View All Charts and select Mixed Chart from the Evolution category. Verify that the x-axis under Shared Query Fields is set to date, day. For Query A, select Total Revenue USD as the metric and Sum as the aggregate function. For Query B, select Total Orders as the metric and Sum as the aggregate function. Move to the Customize tab. Turn on Area Chart for Query A. For Query B, turn on Marker and set Y-axis to secondary. Then click the Create Chart button. The chart appears in the right panel. Click the Save button, enter a name, and save it. That covers the basics of creating charts in Superset. I have created all the charts listed in analysisqueries.md. Let me highlight a few of them. Here is a Sunburst chart showing category performance. This visualizes revenue distribution across product categories. In the configuration, I set the hierarchy to category name and the primary metric to total revenue USD. The chart clearly shows which categories generate the most revenue. You can see the percentage and absolute values for each category at a glance. Next, let me show you a more advanced chart type, the cohort analysis heat map. This is one of Superset's strengths, offering extensive chart types that other tools may not support. The heat map visualizes customer retention rates over time. The x-axis shows months since first purchase, and the y-axis shows cohort month. Each cell displays the retention rate, with color intensity representing the percentage. Darker colors indicate higher retention. This allows you to quickly identify retention patterns across different customer cohorts. You can see which cohorts retain customers well and when customers typically churn. Now let us create a dashboard using the charts we built. Navigate to Dashboards from the top bar and click Plus Dashboard. First, name it Demo Dashboard. The right pane displays a list of available charts. We will drag these charts into the dashboard canvas on the left. First, drag 1.2 monthly revenue summary and adjust its width. Next, drag 3.1 customer segmentation overview to its right and adjust the width. Then drag 2.2 category performance to the next row. Continue by dragging 2.1 top 10 best-selling products to its right and adjusting the width. Click Save to save the dashboard. We have now successfully created a dashboard. Let me show you a few more dashboards I have prepared for different use cases. First, the Executive Dashboard. This provides a high-level overview for leadership. It includes key metrics showing current versus previous period performance, monthly revenue trends with a mixed chart combining bars and lines, customer segmentation with grouped bar charts, and category mix visualized as a sunburst chart. Everything executives need to see at a glance. Next, the Product Performance Dashboard. This focuses on product analytics. It shows top products in a horizontal bar chart, category breakdown with a sunburst chart for hierarchical visualization, stock alerts in a table with conditional formatting highlighting low inventory, and cross-sell opportunities based on product affinity analysis. The Customer Analytics Dashboard is designed for understanding customer behavior. It displays customer segment distribution with a mixed chart, top customers by lifetime value in a table, customer behavior through RFM analysis in a bubble chart, and retention patterns with the cohort analysis heat map we saw earlier. Finally, the Operations Dashboard for day-to-day monitoring. It tracks daily sales trends with area-filled line charts, pattern analysis comparing weekend versus weekday performance in a pie chart, payment health shown in a pie chart, and transaction volume monitoring with line charts. That covers the basics of using Superset. Superset offers an extensive collection of chart types with high customization capabilities. In our data stack, another advantage is the ability to configure single sign-on with Keycloak. However, without using Boonstack, manual installation and configuration may be challenging for non-engineers. Next, let us install Metabase. If you are using Boonstack, run just Metabase install. You will be prompted for a hostname, and after a few moments, the installation completes. For manual installation, refer to the just file for installation steps and the Helm values template file. There is one important configuration to note. In the Helm values, the extra init container section creates an init container to install the Starburst Metabase driver. This driver enables Metabase to connect to Trino. Without this driver, Metabase would not be able to query our iceberg tables through Trino. Now let us open the Metabase URL in the browser. You should see the Welcome to Metabase screen. Click Let's Get Started to begin the setup. Select your preferred language and click Next. On the next screen, you need to create an admin user. Unfortunately, Metabase does not support authentication integration with Keycloak in the open source edition, so we must create a local user account. Enter your name, email, and password, then click Next. The next screen asks about your intended use. Select an option that fits your use case and click Next. On the Add Your Data screen, click I'll add my data later. We will configure the Trino connection shortly. Next, you are asked whether to share usage data with Metabase. Make your choice and click Finish. Finally, choose whether to receive emails from Metabase, then click Take me to Metabase. Metabase is now ready to use. Now let us configure the Trino connection. Click the gear icon in the top right corner and select Admin Settings. Navigate to Databases from the top bar and click Add Database. For database type, select Starburst. Set the display name to Trino. For the hostname, enter the externally accessible Trino hostname. Set the port to 443 and the catalog to Iceberg. For username, enter admin. For the password, you can retrieve the Trino admin password by running just Trino admin password. Turn on Use a secure connection and click the Save button. Next, click Configure Permissions to review the permission settings. The configuration is now complete. Click the Exit Admin button in the top right to return to the main screen. Now, let us create charts in Metabase. The process for executing queries and creating charts in Metabase is documented in docs analysis queries metabase.md. Except for Section 5, Advanced Analytics, the SQL queries are exactly the same as those we used with Superset. As we did with Superset, let us start with the 1.1 daily sales trend query. Copy the SQL to your clipboard and return to the Metabase interface. Click New and select SQL Query. The SQL editor appears. Paste the query you just copied into the editor. Note that Metabase returns an error if the query ends with a semicolon, so remove it if present. Click the Run button on the right. The result table appears in the lower area. Click the Visualization button to see the available chart types. Compared to Superset, the selection is considerably smaller, but the main types are covered. Select Line Chart and click Done. Click the gear icon to the right of Visualization to configure the chart settings. For the x-axis, select Date Day. For the y-axis, select Total Revenue USD. You will see a link labeled Add Another Series. Click it to add AVG order value.USD and total orders to the y-axis as well. Click the Done button to complete the chart creation. Metabase allows you to create charts with fewer steps compared to Superset. The chart settings are available in the Display and Axis tabs, but the options are simpler than those in Superset. Now let us create a dashboard. Click the New button and select Dashboard. Enter Demo Dashboard as the name and click Create. You are now in the dashboard editing screen. Click the plus button and select 1.2 Monthly Revenue Summary from the right pane. It will be placed in the top left of the dashboard. Next, select 3.1 Customer Segmentation Overview. It will be placed to the right of the first chart. Continue by selecting 2.2 Category Performance. It will be placed on the left of the next row. Select 2.1 Top 10 Best-Selling Products. It will be placed to the right of that chart. Adjust the size slightly, make the bottom left chart a bit smaller and the bottom right chart a bit larger. Then click the Save button to save the dashboard. As you can see, Metabase automatically positions charts in appropriate locations, making dashboard creation straightforward and quick. While Metabase is easy to use, its limited chart types and customization options mean some visualizations that work in Superset are not possible here. For example, the 5.1 cohort analysis heat map cannot be created in Metabase. You can rewrite the SQL query to display a table with a similar structure, but you cannot apply gradient colors to the cells. Similarly, the 5.2 RFM analysis multicolor bubble chart is not available in Metabase. It is difficult to visualize recency date and monetary values by customer segment in a single chart with different colors per segment. Now, let me show you one of Metabase's strongest features. Instead of writing SQL queries directly, you can create a question that launches the notebook editor, allowing you to build queries through a graphical interface. Click New and select Question. Under Tables, select Trino, then choose Fact Orders from e-commerce marts. The data field is now set to fact orders. The corresponding SQL query appears in the right pane. Click the Preview button to display the table. Under Summarize, click the Pick button and select Count of Rows. Click the plus button, select Sum of, and choose Amount USD. Under Group By, click the Pick button, hover over Order Date, and select Month from the options on the right. Click the Preview button to display a table showing the number of orders and revenue by month. Click the Visualize button to see this data as a line chart. As you can see, Metabase allows you to go from query execution to chart creation without writing any SQL. Finally, let me introduce the models feature. You can save the result of a question as a model, which then becomes a starting point for building new queries. This serves as a shared semantic layer within your team. As we discussed in the previous episode, creating tables with dbt is the fundamental approach. However, Metabase models can be created by business users themselves without requesting help from data engineers. Let us create a model. Click the New button and select Model. Then click Use the Notebook Editor. On the data selection screen, you will see fact orders, which we used earlier. Select it. Under Filter, click the Pick button and select Status, then check Completed. Click the plus button, select Order Date, choose Relative Dates, and set it to 90 days. Under Summarize, click the Pick button, select Number of Distinct Values of, and choose Customer ID. Click the plus button again, select Sum of, and choose Amount USD. Under Group By, click the Pick button, hover over Customer ID, and select Don't Bin from the options on the right. Click the Run button to verify the results, then save it with the name Active Customers. Now let us use this model as a starting point to execute a query. Click the New button and select Question. Under the Models tab, select Active Customers. The data field is now set to Active Customers. The right pane shows the SQL built from the model. Under Filter, click the Pick button and select Sum of Amount USD. From the options in the top right, choose Greater than or equal to, enter 4,000 in the input field, and create the filter. Click the Sort button and select Sum of Amount USD. Click the displayed Sum of Amount USD to change the arrow to point downward, sorting in descending order. Click Visualize to display active high-value customers. This demonstrates how to use models in Metabase. Finally, let us explore how to embed dashboards and charts into your own applications. Both Superset and Metabase support embedding, but we will demonstrate with Metabase here. Click the gear icon in the top right corner and go to Admin Settings. From the left menu, navigate to Embedding. Turn on the enabled toggle for static embedding. Click the Manage button, copy the embedding secret key, and store it in Vault at e-commerce Metabase with the property name embedding secret key. It will be accessed from external secret to set an environment variable in our application. In addition to static embedding, Metabase offers more advanced embedding methods, the Embedded Analytics SDK and interactive embedding. These provide interactive operations and customization, but they are only available in the Pro or Enterprise editions. Now let us open the dashboard we want to embed. Here we will use Demo Dashboard. Click the Sharing button and select Embed, then click Static Embedding. The Static Embedding configuration page appears. Click the Publish button to enable embedding for this dashboard. Static embedding uses HTML iframes to embed content. Examples are shown in JavaScript and JSX. You can copy this code to embed the dashboard. In our demo application, we have implemented a React component that can embed any dashboard or chart by ID, so here we only need to note the dashboard ID. Now, let me explain the Next.js implementation. Here is the Metabase dashboard component. When the component renders, it calls API Metabase auth through a hook and passes the dashboard ID. The API returns an embedding URL. We use this URL to display an iframe. Here is the implementation of the Metabase auth API. It creates a JWT token using the Metabase embedding secret and the dashboard ID, then constructs and returns the embedding URL. Similar to Metabase dashboard, we also have a Metabase chart component implemented. Here's the page that displays both Metabase dashboard and Metabase chart. It receives dashboard ID and chart IDs from environment variables and displays them accordingly. The environment variables are specified in the .env file like this. For detailed execution instructions, please refer to the docs embedding metabase.md file. Launch the application by --Metabase embedding. When you navigate to admin/analytics in the application URL, you can see the embedded dashboard and charts. They appear exactly as they did when displayed directly in Metabase. Today we explored visualization and dashboards for our open data stack on Kubernetes. We installed Superset and Metabase, created charts and dashboards from the e-commerce data we prepared in the previous episode, and demonstrated how to embed analytics into your own applications. Let me quickly recap what makes each tool unique. Superset is highly customizable with extensive chart types, including advanced visualizations like cohort analysis, heat maps, and multidimensional bubble charts. It integrates with OIDC for single sign-on. However, creating charts requires more steps, and it does not provide extra features for non-engineers, such as the query builder and semantic layer that business analysts need. Metabase is simple and user-friendly. Business users can build queries without writing SQL using the intuitive query builder. The models feature provides a shared semantic layer that teams can build upon. The trade-off is limited chart types and less customization compared to Superset. It also does not support OIDC SSO in the open source edition. We also walked through embedding Metabase dashboards and charts into a Next.js application. The implementation is straightforward. A backend API generates a JWT token, and a React component displays the content in an iframe. This makes it easy to bring analytics directly into your application where users already work. With today's work, we have completed the BI and visualization layer of our open data stack. We now have a full pipeline: ingestion with DLT, transformation with dbt, and serving with Trino, Querybook, Superset, and Metabase. All running on Kubernetes, all using open source tools. Thank you for watching.